penalty panel is very, very important as far as the car is concerned. Needs to be in the right position, and an awful lot of tape being used. There is Yvan Muller, former British touring car champion on 2 occasions, Andros ice racing champion, but he is clearly stressing the point about what needs to be done, or maybe what doesn't need to be done, with the car now back on the move. But former race leading LMP3 car, I'm afraid, is going to rejoin, maybe a lap off the pace now.
Yeah, Jan Urlacher, nephew of Yvan Muller, now aboard the car. Son of Yvan's sister, Kathy Muller, no mean racer herself, of course, in a day.
Yeah, and it's a great initiative he runs to get young guys into prototype racing early doors, of course, helped by the fact that the LMP3 programme is new for last year, and has really got into its stride for 2016. That was a 7-minute stop for the number 18 car, and all of a sudden you come in from the lead of your LMP3 class, and now down in 34th position overall, which is way outside the top 10 in P3.
Into the lead, of course, with those pit stops for the 77 Porsche and the Aston Martin was just pressuring the 66 GMW car is Andrea Bertolini. The car, of course, pitted under the caution period to put Bertolini aboard the car. I think we will need to see Rob Smith back in that car, though.
15th position for Jan Urlacher now in LMP3.
Disaster for that team.
It's a class led by Jacoboni in the Euro International number 11 car from David Halliday for Duquesne Engineering, and then the number 6 360 Racing British crew, Terence Woodward still driving that.
Good run from them. Christian England now aboard the number 2 United Autosports car, up to still sixth position for Christian. Quite yet into his stride, and he's the car behind Andrea Bertolini on track at the moment. Bertolini, by the way, up to 15th position overall, but they lead the race is the unusually nosed 46 car. Why unusual? Because that's a blue panel, had to be changed with a broken headlamp for the 46. At the last stop, Rio Hirakawa pushing on. 23.5 seconds to the good from Julien Leal, who's led the race, of course, in the number 32 SMP Racing BR01. With the number 33 Eurasia Oreca, identical car to this one, running third. Simon Dolan hanging on in there in 4th position for the G-Drive Gibson squad after a early stop for Guido van der Garde with a slow puncture, dropped them right to the back of the field. It's been a fight back ever since. It's about really at this stage for G-Drive, how many points can they salvage from that position? And getting back to 4th, Johnny, I think it's been a pretty heroic effort.
No, I would agree with that, and who knows, they may have a bit more to give yet. Is a podium in the offing? They might have to wish a bit of bad luck as far as their opponents are concerned. Julien Leal running in 2nd place, and BR01 looks strong this weekend at the Red Bull Ring. Got their driver combination just right as well at SMP Racing. Stefano Carlotti, the Monegasque driver, due to go back on board, or be on board that car before the end of the race. Andreas Wirth started it, and Julien Leal in the middle stint.
So lots of twists and turns still to come in the next hour and 3/4, 4 hours of the Red Bull Ring.
Up the hill goes the BR01 then. 2nd position for that. Nico Peter de Bruyn is lapping, well, far quicker on the previous lap, but Julien Leal did catch traffic towards the end of this 2.2 mile circuit.
Don't think it'll be long before we see Stefano Coletti, team there helping him to prepare. He's already suited up, helmeted up, and ready to get aboard the number 32 car. There's Simon Dolan looking for a way by the traffic ahead of him.
Yep, out of turn number 1, tight corner. Tricky to get the power down as quick as you would like to, with the next bit of track stretching out in front of you up the valley. Hard on the brakes for turn number 2, and the climb doesn't stop here either. Continues up to about that bridge and then starts the descent.
That's Ennis Tattinger on the inside. And is looking for a way by the Morgan, 29 Morgan. Manages that with no further dramas.
Eric Debar was the other car, by the way, the number 16 P3 Panis Bartis Competition car. Underneath the Dunlop bridge goes Simon Dolan on Dunlop tyres, of course, for the G-Drive machine. Down the hill towards Worth corner. Important to get the apex just right through there, because then you need to make sure you don't run too far off the track through that right-hander. Track limits being closely officiated this weekend. We've had an awful lot of penalties, not just in this category but also in the support races this weekend too. It is very easy to run wide. It's a fast-flowing circuit, and some of the runoff kind of calls you in, but the change, along with the resurfacing for 2016, also incorporates a number of sausage curbs there. Didn't quite reach the apex, Simon Dolan. He turned in at the right point. Those tyres, which have been double stinted, remember, might be past their best now. Harry Ticknell still to get on board that car. Guido van der Garde started the race in the G-Drive machine.
The top 3 cars in the championship, by the way, Johnny, after the first 2 races, Silverstone and Imola already in the books, of course, are all running in the top 4 positions. And rather oddly, they're running in the opposite positions they sit in the points. The points table currently led by this car, the G-Drive racing car, number 38, courtesy of first place at Silverstone, the second at Imola. 43 points in the book already then for the championship leading Gibson Nissan squad. SMP Racing is second in the standings with 30 points. They're currently sitting second in the standings here. And third place on 26 points after 1 point for pole, no score otherwise at Silverstone, but a win last time out at Imola on the Tyrrell by TDS racing team. It's going to make it very tight indeed at the end of this race if it stays like this, but it's not going to, is it?
You would seriously doubt it. A bit of exercising going on down at SMP Racing. The mechanics shaking their legs out, the goggles flipped down as well as a practical joke. So clearly the mood is very positive down at SMP Racing, on course for one of their best results this year and last year as well. The BR01 though, remember, tracking its progress through 2015, continually improving. To get a second position here at Red Bull Ring will be just rewards. A car designed by Paolo Toni. That machine still looks great, I'd say. Here's the 29 Pegasus car, very slow up the hill. Ines Tattinger still at the wheel, sharing the drive with Leo Russell and Remy Streebig.
Ines just went for a bit of a wild ride to the outside, I think trying not to get involved as the 25 car came through. That is Andrea Pizzitola, and something appears to have gone wrong with the 29 because the pace is nowhere just at the moment.
There's the number 18 car, fresh from its hard work to get the legality panel fixed correctly. Lots of tactate therefore in the rear right corner of the number 18 car, the Balloon Machine, and after a 7-minute pit stop it's way down the order now in 15th position in LMP3. The number 12 car, Mancini now driving that car from Euro International, is in 4th position.
And there is the BR01 in 2nd position. Down, I think now. Yes, it is. The number 21 car went a lap down, of course, in the hands of Henrik Edman earlier, but Ben Hanley now fighting back and is catching pretty quickly. Julien Canal for 5th position. Just 11 seconds back now, was almost 3 seconds quicker than the car ahead last time around.
Jacoboni still leads LMP3 from David Allarday from Duquesne Engineering, and then Terence Woodward ahead of Fabio Mancini, the man we just caught a glimpse of in the 12 machine, and at the wheel of the number 9 Graf Racing car now Paul Petit, who shares with Brit James Winslow and Frenchman Eric Drouillet.
It's a puncher for the number 17 Ultimate Racing car.
It's been in the walls, hasn't it, that car through the race.
Fabulous looking car, that lovely livery. The chromed cherry red to the front, the white to the rear, but I'm afraid that Michelin has let go.
And another rear right, when again you consider this is a clockwise circuit, it's starting to eat away at the bodywork as well, and we've only just finished sector 1 here, so 2/3 of the track still to go.
That's a car that's just had that rear corner repaired as well.
Okay, so it's already been stressed, and more smoke now coming off the back of Mathieu Lehay's car. It does intrigue me why the rear right goes more readily than the rear left. It's to do with those two quick left-handers, I think. The car really is relying on its right side tyres. Normally you find when it comes to a clockwise circuit, it'll be the rear left that goes first.
I think they're dreaming if they think this is going to be a simple matter of changing a rear wheel. It's going to be altogether more comprehensive repair into the garage. There clearly was a problem for the 29 car.
Well, the legality panel certainly needs to be put back into position there, and yeah, the rest of the bodywork is starting to ruck somewhat and ripple because that tyre is starting to really let go. Of course, it delaminates entirely and then just becomes a ribbon of rubber, effectively. It will really start to rip away at that rear portion of the bodywork. It hasn't done so yet. The tyre still in just about one piece, no air in it. It's trying to work its way off the wheel rim, isn't it? The carcass. It might be better actually for it to just let loose entirely from the car. It's going to stay intact just about. The smoke's getting worse though. Down pit road it comes, the 17 crew ready with a new tyre, and then they will assess exactly what sort of damage needs to be repaired. Meanwhile, Ben Hanley's gone through the first sector quicker than anybody else in a 6th placed number 21 Dragon Speed car. So any hint that maybe Nicolas Lapierre might be driving around a problem earlier on in the race, Graham, seems to have gone out of the window. Ben Hanley really seems to be impressed in Imola. Ryo Hirakawa also not hanging around on that last lap, the 97th circuit, at 1:23.020, further extends his lead over Julien Leal. Now, on that lap, he gained a second. So Ryo Hirakawa is really enjoying himself out front in the number 46 Thierry by TDS Racing car. It's a 32-second lead now he enjoys.
And Hirakawa put in the fastest lap of that car's race last time around, increasing the lead again this time around over Julien Leal, who's not going slowly by any means whatsoever, but has no answer to the pace of the Japanese driver at the moment. But Ben Hanley is the man on the move, trying to catch Julien Canal, who has had the message that he needs to push, but appears to have no answer at the moment to the pace of the charging Oreca behind.
This is a rather crowded house between turns 1 and 2. Not a lot of area of asphalt to put your Ligier JSP3 or indeed Porsche GT car.
That is the battle amongst that group for third position in LMP3. It's the lead car of that group ahead of the Porsche. That's a 360 Racing car. And then at the rear of that group is the number 12 car. And that was the 18 getting involved in that. Now laps down, I'm afraid.
So up the inside there of the number 12.
It is the 4th place car, yes, and that's actually the 5th place car. It's just lost a place to that 5th place car as a result of that move.
Paul Petit
into the garage of the 17 meanwhile.
Julien Canal pits from 5th position in the Greaves Motorsport car. But yeah, more work required on the ultimate P3, so into the garage, which allows an unlimited number of mechanics to now sort out that problem. Certainly the engine cover is going to come off, and they'll see whether they can repair that, or maybe it needs an entirely new engine cover. And also pitting from 2nd position, Julien Leal now in the number 32 BR01. So Canal pits from 5th, Leal from 2nd.
It'll be Coletti aboard the 32 car. Looks like Canal is staying aboard the 41. I'm not altogether sure, by the way, that the Euro International crew have been massively impressed with that from the number 18, Jan Urlacher, up the inside to unlap himself, but is now several laps down. That cost them their 4th position.
Jan is on his 90th lap. Compare that to the LMP3 leader on lap 94 now. So yes, what could be a 4-lap difference, as here comes the number 46 car then down pit road, and Ryo Hirakawa very quickly out of body roll to exit that car, and Coletti
This is Besh.
Thank you. Matthias Besh now clambering on board. Coletti will be getting on board the 32 car. Indeed, he is now at the wheel of the BR01 and heading up the hill. So Matthias Besh, who qualified the car yesterday, will not necessarily take this go. Might be okay to the end of the race now. 90 minutes for your pro.
I'll double check.
The problem is that car might come out just ahead of the 90 minute. Certainly not going to hold it there. So it will need to come out straight away. And therefore, we may well see...
Yes, maximum driving time for a gold or platinum driver is 1 hour and 40 minutes. So Besh can go to the end from here. It was a short middle stint from Ryo Hirakawa.
For some reason I had it in my head it was 90 minutes rather than 100 minutes, but yeah, well,
there was a change this year.
Well, within that envelope then of 1 hour and 40, and up the hill then goes Matthias Besh to take that car to the flag. Nico Peter de Bruyn at the wheel still of the 33 Eurasia Motorsport car. Simon Dolan up to second. Matthias Besh feeds back into the sequence. It looks like in third. Fourth position for Stefano Coletti in the BR01.
And the battle, by the way, for the middle order in the top group in LMP3 is really very close indeed. We've got Terence Woodward, at the moment third place for the 360 Racing team, 25 seconds back from David Hallyday. But behind him, Paul Petit and Mancini in the 12 Euro International car we're just talking about, then Christian England, all within about 10 seconds.
Harry Tinknell, by the way, a quick last word with Ida van der Garde before presumably getting on board this G-Drive car very shortly. Not this lap, because Simon Dolan would have been going slower through turn 7 had he been deciding to pit. So I reckon one more lap maybe for Simon Dolan. There is Tinks in the blue and red helmet, ready to get on board and push as hard as he can. We're into that magic number though of 100 minutes where you can